You can't be there. Okay. All right. All right. Missed most of the first quarter so far. I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't going to really ride black. Right. Oh, yeah, that's a great play. Good job, Evan. Evan Ingram being back is huge. Jags offense seems, up until the red zone, has seemed pretty good. Then the red zone happened, and for the last year and a half, we suck in the red zone, so we naturally settle for a field goal. It's not like we had a drop pass in the end zone by Gabe Davis or anything. Oh, wait, yes, we did. Okay, so... But having Evan Ingram back first time since week 1 is pretty big for us. Even though last week our offense was good, it seems like we've carried over some of that momentum. Not running the ball well in this game so far. Bigsby had a decent run earlier, but I'd like to see the run game get a little bit better in this week, like it was last week. But it's been not great this week. Evan Ingram had the quietest 114 catch season ever last year. Like I didn't even realize he had that many catches. Sorry for the background. That's how I fell asleep earlier. I woke up early and I fell asleep on the couch, and now my cat's on the couch. So I've just left my blanket and stuff there. Anyway, so 2nd and 9 here. Oh yeah, that's not good. First sack of the game for the Bears. I will say the offensive line hasn't been great in this game so far. This is the first sack, but I've seen the Bears blow up some plays. Yeah, that was just a free rusher. But it looked like maybe a miscommunication there. 3rd and long. I'm okay with that. That's not even gonna get close, but it's the smart play. That should bring us to the end of the first quarter, though. Really no reason to call a play at this point. There's no way we snap this ball, right? I'm gonna be mad if we snap it. There's no way we snap it. Yeah, no, but like... There was zero chance we snapped that ball. I could see us going for it. Like, it wouldn't surprise me completely. I would disagree with it, for the record. I think we should just punt there. Defense is playing pretty good. Just go ahead and punt that ball away. But, I mean, it's only 4th and 2. It's not the worst. Jacksonville is back in London. Their annual London escapades. I think they said this is their 12th game in London. And for the 2nd straight year, or was it the 3rd straight year? 2nd straight year for sure that we had back-to-back games in London. I don't think we went back-to-back 2 years in 2022. Could look it up. Yeah, I don't think we were in London back-to-back weeks. It's weird that we play twice a year in London. Alright. Yep, just kind of what I expected. The Bears are... Looks like they're playing a bit of a... Make sure the Jags don't try anything crazy. This is the... granted, this is not a punt, so it's not like the end of the world, but that is the third false start of the game. Yeah, not the end of the world, but... Ooh. That's actually pretty big. You know, it's weird. Long snappers, you don't... If you lose... You don't... If you lose your long snapper, it is such a bad thing. It is crazy how bad it can end up being for you, but... You don't think about it because it's just... It's only on special teams, and you know, you see it 6-7 times a game, maybe, if you're lucky. But man, if you lose it, and you don't have anyone ready... I think I'd be getting my backup center or some reps at long snapping. Oh, commercials suck. It's too many damn commercials. All right. This game's like, I'm the one probably got Mr. Hooks. Well, that was a funny exchange. All right. Defense playing well, so the Bears have 7 yards total offense. That's probably good for them. Ooh, that's a big hole. Yep. Number 90, you overran the hell out of that. Come on. If he would just stayed in his lane, he oversold. This is a good idea for the Bears, I think, going up tempo. That's probably a pass interference. or holding at minimum. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's weak, but that's enough to definitely throw a flag on that one. This is the second time we've had a weird stoppage in play here. There's plenty of technology to not have this problem, by the way. I just want to point that out, but anyway. Well, one thing I've noticed on this drive already, so the thing about Ryan Nielsen's defense is he loves to rotate and rotate guys in and out, in and out, in and out. What I've already seen on this drive, and this has already been the best drive for the Bears by a mile, is no Hines Allen, no Trayvon Walkers on the field. I think you gotta keep one of them on the field at all times, right? Typically, you would want to. So, but I mean, what do I know? Again, the Jags have been very bad in first half offense, first half defenses this year. I mean, they've had two good drives, so that was helpful. But now, the Bears are getting into a bit of a rhythm here, which is not great. I see Trayvon Walker's back in. Man, they're getting that edge. We're not setting an edge, man. I think I complain about that every week, as our ends do not set edges properly. That was a nice D. That was good D. Pretty sure he was down, but always recover that ball just in case. That was good D. That was good D. Blew that play up. Third and medium. Third and 6. Yeah. Yep. It's a good play call, but damn. Missed tackle. Miller, man, you've been playing well, but that's a tackle you gotta have. Jesus. Lloyd, man, what are you doing, dude? You have to cover that. That's annoying. See, it looked like Devin Lloyd assumed that ball was getting thrown out to the flat there, and he made the decision to go out there. And Komet's just like, "Hey, I'm wide open middle of the team." Cisco should probably make that tackle, but it's a safety on a tight end, so like I can't give him too much shit for that. But also didn't like Lloyd's kind of nonchalantness after Cisco gets him. He kind of just jogged. If he ran back full speed, maybe Komet doesn't get in. Not happy with that sequence there by Devin Lloyd. Damn it. Go Big Zoo! Great return by Bigsby. If he could stay, man, if he didn't get tripped up, man, that could have been. But that's a great return. We needed that. We need a bit of a spark. We had a really good first quarter, but we only got 3 points out of it, which is unfortunate. I don't like what Lloyd. Watch Lloyd here. So he's going after, but he assumes it's going out. I don't know what he's doing. He just and then nonchalantly running back. I didn't like that. He needed to. No way. How are you gonna call that catch? Can we just not play ETN anymore? Could we just not do that? Do we have to? Do we really have to play him at this point? This team can't get out of their own way, man. It's wild. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm happy with it. Like on unbiased level, I don't know if I see enough to overturn that, but the catch rule's so vague sometimes. I'm okay with it, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's a bit annoying. The ETN's got to be able to. But we got a break. Let's do something with this break. Ideally, not go 3 and out. I see we are continuing the Ernest Johnson experience. Really don't understand why Bigsby's not in the game anymore unless he's hurt. Third down. See, we need to get first down here bad. I mean, if those linebackers and safety oh, Trevor, he took off way too early. I see what he saw there. Like, I get why he ran there, because I saw the middle of the field, but that safety right there was watching the entire time. I don't think that was designed. That might have been designed, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't designed. But at this point, I think there's a part of it that kind of wishes we go for this, but we didn't take advantage of the break, though. And that's, if you ever have trouble watching a game and wondering, is this a bad football team? That's a great fucking punt, by the way. If you ever have, if you're not someone that watches football a lot, and you're like, how do I know if it's a good team or if it's a bad team? Because realistically, barring 1 or 2 teams every year, there's not truly awful teams. The difference between the worst team and the best team is not as far big of a gap as you think it is. It really isn't. I mean, that's why you see random crazy upsets every year, right? A lot of it's coach, some of it's coaching, and then there is talent gaps. But one of the biggest things you can look for when you look for a bad team versus a good team, self-inflicted errors, not taking advantage of breaks. That was a great tackle by Miller there. Is watching it like the Jags there. A good team takes advantage of the break they got with the overturn call, because realistically, I don't know if I could overturn that call if I was an official. Like I don't know if I saw enough there to be like, yeah, it's definitely an incomplete pass. To me, that would seem like a completed pass and a fumble. I mean, it would be. But you get the break. Good teams will take advantage of that, go down the field, at least get a field goal. Because you had great field position anyway from a great kickoff return. That's another thing. They had great kickoff return. Doesn't take advantage of it. Bad teams don't take advantage of the opportunities they get. They almost hope for something to happen instead of making something happen. That's your biggest determination on what's a good team and a bad team. Because a good team can become a bad team and a bad team can become a good team if just those things change. And I think that's the biggest difference I see between a good team and a bad team. Again, there is talent gaps. I'm not saying there isn't, but realistically, all 32 teams are pretty damn good, realistically. Except maybe Carolina, but... Oh my god. It's the bare necessities. Sorry, they had that on the thing. Antonio Johnson with another missed tackle. That's par for his course. It's going to be a run. DJ Moore gave that away. Sometimes you can look at wide receiver, especially a star wide receiver, and watch their body language or watch how they're standing, and you can kind of get an idea if it's going to be a run or not. Like DJ Moore's apathy on lining up, the way he lined up, definitely signaled a run play. And I'm noticing something like that. I'm assuming that there's defensive players and coaches that know stuff like that too. But that definitely looked like maybe a... Now watch him here. This feels like a possible run play too, because he's kind of just dangling his arms, nothing too crazy there. Could be a play action, but I think this is going to be a run play off the right guard. It is a play action. See, I would have been... Picked off! Bad throw. Good job, Cisco. Yeah, okay, that's a rookie mistake there. I think he should have thrown that sooner, and he threw that with way too much air. He had him. He had him initially. Ah, that's a big play. That's a rookie mistake there. That was such a bad throw. Oh, okay, guys. So, all right. So we got the ball back, which is good. Oh man, that was a big pick. That was a big, much needed interception. Ah, 6 games in, get our first interception of the season. Nice job, guys. All right. Anyway, nope. All right. So we need a good drive here. I'm okay with that run, but I would love to see us take a shot there. Yeah, throw. I don't really like the conservative nature of this drive so far. My God. Now we're back to ass play calling. I don't like the play calling on that drive. Again, you just get a massive turnover. You gotta take one shot downfield. Yeah, it wasn't the best throw. God damn it. For what it's worth, the Jags have gone 3 and out the last 2 possessions. I went 5 and out the possession before. Damn it. Yep, we play another London game next week against the Patriots. $99. 131 yard. That is terrible. Good D. Jaden Daniels has looked pretty good. Caleb Williams has been a lot better the last few weeks too. I mean that. That's frustrating. I don't know why the clock's still running though. Loss contained. God, this team sucks. I'm talking about the Jags. Yep, gets too far outside. Defensive ends can't keep contain. I'm not gonna give him too much shit for that. Someone's gotta get home at some point on the defensive line. He had way too much time. So I'm gonna give him shit for not getting it home, but like there's just way too much time in the pocket. That was a good defensive play. I don't like Antonio Johnson how he tackles, but that was a good one. He doesn't wrap. He just uses his shoulder. He misses a lot of tackles. I don't like Antonio Johnson. Oh, come on. Man, one of our defensive linemen just took a shot. Jesus criminy, man. Come on, guys. Let's hold them to a field goal. Come on. Anyone want? That is a bit of a rookie mistake by Caleb there. Instead of getting an extra 2 or 3 yards, you probably should go out of bounds there, save your timeout, but yeah, that's to me. Yeah, probably should have just ran out of bounds to get those extra couple yards. See, now you can't really run the ball though. So that's your problem here, as you can't run the ball. So it's gonna have to be throws, or you do risk running it, but you risk running out the clock. That doesn't matter. We're just gonna let come out wide open in the back of the end zone. There's one guy over there with two people. What is this defense? Like, how does that happen? Like, what's he supposed to do there? He has two guys wide. Oh, that's a bad snap. He has two guys wide open. Take your pick. That's twice. Twice. All right, I'm gonna mute for a minute. I will be back. I'm screaming and I didn't even realize my mic was... I forgot I muted my mic. Go me. Nobody heard it anyway. Basically what I've been saying is the Jags suck. I'm just tired of it. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the same mistakes week in, week out, errors. Because at some point, yeah, you know, you could sit there and say, and what Doug Peterson said, it's self-inflicted wounds. I don't disagree with you, coach. But at what point do you point the finger at coaching for not coaching them well? I think I have an answer for that one. This is 12 weeks. 12 fucking weeks of this shit. But what do I know? Losing Catana and Caleb one, which wasn't surprising. I expected them to go off on rushing today, and he has 56 yards rushing, so I'm not surprised by that. The Jags get the ball first after half. I don't know. I expect a 3 and out. I wouldn't be surprised if less than a minute gets taken off the clock. Probably be a run up the middle with ETN. Although interesting, after that fumble or incompletion, we haven't seen ETN back on the field. I expect a run play up the middle with ETN, a 2-yard quick out that goes just for 2 yards, and a drop pass. That's my prediction for the 3 and out after halftime. ETN run up the middle for no gain, or maybe even a loss of a yard, and then like a 2 or 3 yard out, and then a drop pass for a first down. Because what you're seeing, and this is the other thing, and this is where I knew the tables were turning after that second drive. You start seeing that the body language of the team start to fall apart. I was like, oh, here we go again. And as a coach, you have to figure out a way to get into your players. Do not let that happen, and that's not happening. And the Bears have taken advantage and have just stormed down the field with ease each of the last 3 drives, scoring touchdowns in the red zone, unlike the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 24th in the league in touchdown percentage. We're tied for 24th coming into this game. So what are my thoughts for the first half? The Jags suck. But what else is new, right? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Good night. Feel my lips. Me too, but our offense sucks. I mean, I was like, okay, I said the same thing. I'm like, man, okay, let's do it. Let's take advantage of the situation, and then we just do absolutely nothing. And our offensive coordinator is trash, man. like this. I'm not somebody that calls for coaches' heads. I really don't try to do that, but I don't know what more we need to see at this point. Like, this team is not this bad, talent-wise. I mean, it's not the best team in the league. There's issues on this team, but this team is not this bad. It's not. But you would be... At least we get the ball. I had prediction. ETN run up the middle for no gain. A 2-yard out route that goes almost nowhere. Oh, 2 yards. Oh, Bigsby's been nice on the kickoff returns. And a drop pass on 3rd down and a punt. That's my prediction for this drive. As you can tell, I'm feeling great with the team. I just don't... That the 2 touchdowns where Komet's just wide open for no reason. Look at that second quarter. How does 216 yards in a quarter? It's actually smart coaching to have someone back up your long snapper. All right, here we go. And this actually might be a pass play. This is actually a pass play, so I was wrong. Holy shit, we actually went downfield? They must have been listening. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You have got to be shitting me. I hate this team, man. I fucking hate this team. I agree with you, man. Well, except defensively, because we suck defensively. What? It never left. No, I know. I think that we get blown out. I think at this point, I bet within 3 plays a touchdown, and I think Bears put up 34. I think the gates are open now. That's a good defensive play. Unbelievable, man. This is, in terms of Jacksonville teams, because I want to stress that, because I'm a big I've been a fan of them since they came in the league. I don't know if I've hated a Jacksonville team more than I hate this team. And that is just how I feel. Jesus. Thankfully, the Bears also kind of suck offensively at times to get in their own way, but you wouldn't know it from the second quarter. Like that. Thankfully, we've had the defense is like, hey, maybe we shouldn't suck. Yeah, why not? Why not? I wish I had your confidence. I mean, I didn't think we looked this bad again. I thought last week was at least some sort of turning point where we wouldn't look like the worst team in the league. I didn't know if we were going to win, but I at least came into the game like, hey, you know what? We have an opportunity here. You know, to get a little run going. You know, playoffs is probably unrealistic, but let's get some confidence. Let's get some wins. The Bears is a winnable game. You know, I think the Bears have been playing well lately. Next week's the Patriots. You can be 3-4 getting past London. Yes, the schedule gets hard again, but And then the first drive happened, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's going exactly how I hoped. We had a great drive, 14 play drive, 67 yards, but we get down in the red zone, what happens? 2 false starts and a drop touchdown. I said, you weren't here, I said earlier in the stream, I said that's the difference between a good team and a bad team in the NFL. Because realistically, there isn't as much difference as we perceive in the worst team in the league and the best team in the league. There really isn't. There's a difference, obviously, but a lot of it's in coaching. But in terms of personnel, these guys are NFL players. They're all really, really good at what they do. But the problem is if you have bad coaching or if they're not quite as talented. I mean, that's why you see like these crazy upsets from time to time in the NFL where you're like, holy shit, how did this team beat this team? And how did this team beat this team? Blah, 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 blah. You know, the Patriots beat the Bengals, which the Bengals is weird. That's probably a bad example, but you get the point. Like the Commanders are suddenly 4-1. Are they really a 4-1 team? Probably not. But good teams take advantage of breaks, takes advantage of getting down the red zone on the opening drive, scoring that touchdown. That drive was a difference maker. That drive is the difference maker of this game. Because if the Jags score a touchdown there, then your confidence is there. Especially with a team that's had such a bad run. But you get down the red zone, you look great. Trevor looks great. The run game is not as great, but Trevor looks great. You get down the red zone, and what happens? 2 false starts, and then Gabe Davis drops a touchdown pass that was right here. You couldn't get for a better pass. Yes, it was a bit in traffic, but he just drops it. Then suddenly, that doubt creeps in. And as a good coaching staff can get you through that. We don't have a good coaching staff. And then we get the long kickoff return. That's awesome. The 45 after the first Bears touchdown, we get to the 45. We do nothing with it. We get the interception. I don't remember which order that was, by the way. I think this interception was after the first touchdown. We get the interception. Let's go do something with it. We call conservative offense. Take a fucking shot. Play action. Go deep. Of course, we did that on the first play of our drive, and we fumbled the ball immediately. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a good little screen there. Missed tackle. Yeah, this team. You can see it. This team is lifeless. This is not far off in terms of vibes that I felt when watching the Buffalo game. Like, this team is just missed tackles, missed assignments, blown coverages. This team just they're puking all over the place. I agree. He needs to catch that ball. I know he got hit, but he needs to catch that ball. I 100% agree. I think this game is 100% different if he catches that ball. And I'm someone that thinks momentum is overrated in sports, but I do think it's a thing. But when you're a bad team and things go wrong, and ever since then it's just gone terribly. Now, that was an awful play call by the Bears there. I didn't like that play call there. And not because it didn't work. I just don't think that's a great. I agree that I think the defense is trash, but I don't think they're well coached. I think they get... I don't think the offense helps them at all. Again, the offense has done nothing since the first quarter. They've done nothing. You get tired. You get... And then your body language just falls apart. I've seen it. I've watched way too many Browns games being from Ohio to see a defense that's actually good just fall apart because their offenses they just ran the same play twice. There's a flag on the play. This is actually an interesting decision if this is against the Bears. If they rule it, sure, I still think you have to take the penalty. Is that? Oh, a shifting penalty. Yeah, you have to accept the flag because they're gonna go for him 4th and inches. I mean, I would put. I'm not a fan of this referee, by the way. Not that I think they called a bad game. There's just something about that referee I just don't like. Interesting. Oh, okay. I got it now. The irony with a penalty like that, though, is it backs him up and gives him more yards to work with to score. All fucking game long, the Bills been wide open. We need a play, we can't get it. I came into the season with high hopes for the defense. Maybe not league best. But I thought to myself, I liked the Ryan Nielsen hiring. I'm like, I thought he did great with Atlanta last year with lack of talent. Now I think they have more talent than Atlanta's defense does. But I don't even know anymore. I hate this team, man. Just straight, I hate this team. I'd be happy if they scored again at this point. Maybe they shouldn't have took the penalty. Maybe that was actually the worst decision, was taking the penalty, giving the Bears more yardage to work with. You know what's wild? That's just... What's wild to me, too, is that this team... Like, if you told me that Trevor has turned the ball over one time all year, I think he's turned the ball over once. Maybe twice. And you said we're in game 6. And he's turned the ball over a singular time, once or twice all season long. Because that was the biggest knock against him, right? He turned the ball over too much. He couldn't get out of his own way. Tried to do too much. Fumbles. He hasn't done that this year. He really hasn't. And somehow the team is worse. Somehow the team is worse. He's thrown 2 picks, apparently. I forgot he threw a pick last week. That's right. He threw a really bad one last week, I think. Or, I don't remember the one last week. So I think he's turned the ball over 3 times this year. No, he hasn't even lost a fumble this year. He's fumbled 3 times, which isn't great. I agree to an extent with that. They've lost so many times at this point, but it's just like it's so disheartening to root for a team that year in, year out embarrasses themselves. And that's what the Jags have done. Outside of 2 random years in the last 20 years, basically, this team has been an utter embarrassment. I mean, this team is yes, they don't have the 0-16 that the Lions or Browns have, I'll give you that. But arguably, I think they're worse ran. Maybe not the Browns right now, that's a difference. They're a whole different mess. But we're an embarrassment, and that's frustrating. It's a frustrating experience that this team cannot figure it out. And it starts at the top, starts with ownership. Our owner is a terrible owner. I think he's a nice guy. I think his son's an asshole. I think he's a nice guy, but I don't know. What do you do? And amazingly, I think it's even worse because in hockey I'm a fucking Sabres fan, so you have those two that coincide with each other for 3 months of just absolute suckitude, and it's just I want to enjoy football. I want to see my team be good, have a run of good. I don't necessarily care about winning the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously I want them to win a Super Bowl, but just be good for longer than for a 5-year period. For a 5-year period, just be good. You don't have to win a Super Bowl. Just be good. That was a really weird. You do, and you know, and I can't blame. I mean, I can't blame. I guess I'm thankful, quote unquote, that I live in northern Ohio, so I'm around Bears and Lions fan. Now Lions are good finally, but for most of my life they have sucked ass. So in fairness, being a Jaguar fan wasn't the worst thing in the world, and it still isn't, because I wouldn't want to be a Browns fan right now. But it's such a different experience. It's just I started liking this team when I was 8 years old. They came in the league, loved the uniforms. You know, my whole family, my family's not a family of all one team. We all had mixed teams. Most of my family was AFC Central back then, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, and I happened to pick the Jags, and it was so great in the 90s. Man, it hasn't been good since. That's a good play. I wasn't... All right. I mean, I thought for sure we weren't getting the first down just because it's the Jags. I have noticed that since the fumble that got overturned, which probably should have been a fumble. Oh, ETN, never mind. I was just going to talk about ETN. They just said he's questionable return with a hamstring injury, so don't think that's a bad thing for the Jags offense. I've soured on ETN a lot this year. I don't think he's as good as people have propped him up to be. That's not a good sign for me and my fantasy team if DJ Moore's hurt. Awful throw, man. He had him, man. He had him. It's a bad throw. Like a really bad throw. I mean, how do you miss that throw that badly? I like the play call. He was open. I like Thomas, by the way. I won't shit on Thomas at all. I love that selection. I think he's a great receiver. Good job, Ingram. Moving the chains. Bears are playing a bit softer in coverage right now, so the Jags are surprisingly, I can't believe I'm saying this, smartly taking advantage of that, but it was a good play there. I'll give credit where credit's due. That was a good play. That was a great play. But he has a fumble, too. Evan Ingram has that fumble. Now, the question is, we're getting down the red zone. Can we put it in for a fucking touchdown? Yeah, I really, I don't think he's washed. I think he has his issues, but if I'm being, yeah, he's absolutely, BTJ is an absolute. I think Trevor, he hasn't done as much this year, and I think it's a good thing. He has way too often tried to play hero ball, and he tried to force passes, force bad decisions, and just because his team needs something. He hasn't done that this year, and I think that's growth, and it's hidden by this disaster of a season so far. I don't think he's played as bad as people are thinking he's played. That throw was another bad, but that's his biggest problem. That right there is one of his biggest problems. We've seen it twice in the Houston game, and now we've seen it twice on this drive. Placement of the football downfield when we need it. That should have been, maybe it isn't the best pass in the world, or in terms of decision, but that could have been a touchdown if he lost it over the defender's head. He missed Brian Thomas. Remember against Houston, he missed Brian Thomas and Christian Kirk for 2 long touchdowns. Those games will probably be won with that. That's his biggest issue. I don't think he's washed. He's not a $55 million quarterback. That's a disaster of a contract. I didn't like that play call, but I like Tank. I actually like Tank Bigsby as well. I think he runs harder than Etienne. I think he's a better running back, to be blunt. But now we're in the red zone. For 2 years we've been bad in the red zone. Then I hear these analysts will sometimes say like, red zone scoring is a bit of a fickle beast. It's kind of luck dependent. 1 year you're good, 1 year you're bad. Yeah, but the Jags have been bad for a while in it. So I think it's a scheme issue at this point. You also got to be able to run the ball in the red zone. The Jags can't. Oh, he got to the corner. It was bad defense there because that play was. Oh, never mind. That's why I got to the corner. Because we have a penalty. Because we can't get out of our own way in the red zone. Jesus Christ. This is what bad teams do. Yeah, I wondered how he got to the edge. I'm like, that play's blown up. How did he get? No, there it is. He held. Just cannot get out of our own way, man. Hey, you caught it, Gabe. Holy shit. Is there a penalty? See, it's plays like that by Trevor that I say he's not washed. Because he can make plays like that. That's great decision making. Gets out of the pocket, wide open Gabe Davis in the end zone, threw it to him. Great throw. I mean, you never know, he might not catch it. I mean, he's wide open. Like, that is ridiculously wide open. And just, that was great. That was a good drive. That's the drive we needed. Wish it was a drive prior when we fumbled, but hey, you know what? Maybe the game isn't fully over yet. So, yeah. So, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is washed. I still think he can be a top 10 QB in this league. And I think, talent-wise, he is a top 10 QB in this league. I just think the team is an absolute failure. And, CJ Stroud, right? Looks great in Houston. Although this year has been shaky. Yeah, finally a fucking TD. I mean, I'm happy they scored, but I mean, now can the defense do something? Can they? One stop. Just one more stop. Let's get in this game. Because then we get a stop, we score again, maybe go for 2, maybe not, depending on where we're at in the game. Let's put the pressure back on the rookie QB. It is a rookie QB. Even as he's looked pretty good the last few weeks. So people have got to come around. The Caleb Williams might actually be good now, but I got a delivery coming soon. All right. That was a good drive. I'm happy to see that. It's a 2-possession game. Can the defense get a stop? Even if it's just a field goal, which wouldn't be great, but even if they don't just stopping them to a field goal, I'd be happy. But we will see. I think we need. I think at this point we just need a overhaul on coaching in general. I think at this point Doug needs to go. I think he sealed his fate by letting Press Taylor call the game. Still, he admitted that a couple weeks ago. Finally, and also get rid of the GM. I'm not a big fan of Balk and haven't been. And he's made some good picks. I think he's gotten more shit than he deserves, but I don't think he's a good GM. But if I definitely think that it's going to be a coaching overhaul going into next year, and I'm hoping we give the dough out for Ben Johnson from Detroit. I think that's our best bet. But I can see us going after Bill Belichick because he's friends with Shad Khan and this Bill Belichick, and he's been great. Even though he hasn't been great without Tom Brady, which no one really wants to talk about, but whatever. So we'll see. Or we'll pull some random idiot out of the hat and we'll just hire somebody because they're cheap. Maybe we'll hire that Houston offense coordinator who is actually not that good. Well, I was on a CJ Stroud tangent earlier, but man, I was gonna say earlier with CJ Stroud before we scored that a quarterback's gotta be put into a good spot to succeed, and it isn't surprising teams like the Jets, the Jags for years, Carolina. These same teams can't seem to get a quarterback because they don't have a good they don't have a good culture or system in place. They're bad every year. The former Jack, he didn't get the first down. Doesn't look like he got the first down, though. God, that dude has been in the league forever. I always like Mercedes Lewis Jack. He didn't live up to his first round, or was he a second round pick or a first round pick? I think it was a second round pick. He was drafted in the same year that Maurice Jones-Drew was drafted. That tells you anything. Which, by the way, that's who I'm wearing right now. Maurice Jones-Drew. I do have a Fred Taylor jersey, but I've kind of retired it. He's my favorite Jag of all time. Love Fred Taylor. Actually, Tank Bigsby the way he runs reminds me of Fred Taylor a lot. But he doesn't have the speed that Fred Taylor had. Oh, they end up giving him the first. Okay, well, cool. Probably is the right call, but whatever. He definitely marked it short initially. See, if I'm the Bears here, you just go middle of the field. It's been wide open all game. Oh, man, Caleb took a shot. Rare sack. That was a great. Oh man, 90 crushed Caleb there. That was a nasty little hit on the QB. Good job, D. That's a good start. Get him behind the sticks. Hines Allen has been a bit not great this year, but like he was last year. But I kind of called that. Not thrilled with that, but that's not the worst result. When that play developed, I thought that was going for a first down, if not more. Because that looked like a really well-designed screen. But we did enough there to... Still 3rd and long. Oh, I think the Jags need a timeout. Shit. You know what sucks? Sack, great. Too many men on the field. Told you. Can't get out of our own fucking way. I saw at the very bottom of the screen, I saw that Jag running off the field. I'm like, oh, fuck. And they got the play off. Why are you substituting when they go up tempo? See, that's a coaching mistake. That's a coaching mistake. This is going to be a 25-yard pass play. Oh. Oh, my God. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. I mean, is this a joke at this point? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, that's ticky-tacky shit, man. Oh, fuck off with that call. That's a bad call. Unbelievable, man. Unreal. Yeah. Yeah, this game's over. We desperately need to stop it, and we ain't getting it now. We had an opportunity. Self-inflicted wounds. Bad coaching. I'm not a fan of this referee, but... Well, the 12 men was the right call. I saw that from the get-go. I'm like, oh, fuck, we just got 12 men. That holding was not... That was ass. That was not a good call. Okay, good sack, good sack. But no, the 12 men, that was just on us for trying to sub when they were up-tempo. I don't know why we were subbing out. That's just not paying attention to what the Bears are doing. That holding call was ass, though. That was bullshit. Bears about to call timeout here. Oh, no. I didn't think they were going to get that play call. Yeah, that was... The Bears seemed discombobulated on that second down call. That never seemed like... That might have been a good use of a timeout for them, but I'm happy with it. Okay. Have an opportunity. Oh, that's a good stunt. Get the tackle. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. You know. Poor DJ Moore's hurt. No. Don't fucking tell me. what do you... Ain't gonna happen, but we need a turnover in the worst way. More missed tackles. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Like, I don't even know what Ronald Darby was doing on that last holding call. Like, just don't do it. You don't need to do it. Self-inflicted wounds. Bad teams, man. Can't get out of their own way. You have an opportunity multiple times in this drive, and you just can't get out of your own fucking way. This team is ass, man. Said it before, say it again, I'll say it all year. This is my least favorite Jacksonville team I've ever seen. I hate this team with a passion. I hate the coaching, I hate the players, which isn't accurate, but you get the point. I'm being I'm being exaggerant. But it really is. It's just I've never had team. There has been worse Jags teams, but this team is just... I don't even know, man. It's just so bad. So bad. Hi, Jet. Hi, baby boy. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, in terms of actual bad teams, I agree. 2020 was the worst team, but I'm not talking in terms of worst. I'm talking about my list, like, just feeling of hatred toward my favorite team. Because that 2020 team, remember that was the Gardner Minshew era. It was stupid. Everyone knew that team was going to be bad. This team should not be bad. And yet, you have a coach that seems he goes out of his way to protect his coordinators, especially his offensive coordinators. You got a team that seems to can't get out of their own way. This team is 2-9, going to be 2-10 their last 12. They're not that bad, but they are that bad. And there's a touchdown. You know the worst part? Fuck it, I don't fancy football. I do one fancy football league. I have DJ Moore, and of course he gets hurt and doesn't get touchdowns in this game. That's the second time this year where I had a guy get hurt in the game that played my Jags, got hurt, didn't do shit against them. So I get screwed in fantasy and in real life. Thank you, Jaguars. You know, that 1-15 team's funny because we won that very first game against the Colts. And I remember going, man, maybe we won't be complete ass this year. And then we lost 15 straight. I will say, though, the 2021 Urban Meyer fiasco was a team I couldn't stand either, but that was because of Urban Meyer, not the team itself. He didn't catch that. Unless I might miss something. Never mind. Yeah, it really is. It's look again. I'm wearing. This is not a throwback jersey from last week. Like I've had this jersey since well, I wouldn't say a kid because I was an adult, but for almost 20 years. But I know I refuse to buy gear or merchandise from a team if they can't produce reasonable levels of play. like going to baseball, the Oakland A's are moving, and everyone's like, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are like, this fan should have been supporting them more. Why? They weren't even trying to produce a good team. Why should you support a team that does not put in the effort in terms of front office and ownership? That's how I feel about these Jags. Like, this is embarrassing. And it's not embarrassing losing to the Bears. I think the Bears are a genuinely good team. I actually think the Bears are... I think Caleb's getting better every week. They have a hell of a lot of offensive weapons. Their defense has been great since they stole Montez Sweat from the Commanders. Losing this game isn't surprising. Losing it the way we lose it. We need, and it's not quite the same, but once again, we need a clutch drive from our defense, and they fall apart. Our offense gave us life for the first time since the first quarter, and we have multiple third downs, when we get multiple stops, but of course, we can't get out of our own fucking way. Penalties, stupid plays, missed coverages, blown coverages, long runs. That's new. So it's just... I'm with you, man. It's hard. I will never not support the Jacksonville Jaguars in terms of being my favorite team, but I won't buy merchandise. Again, it's the same shit with this team. And I genuinely believe that we are doomed to this until Shad Khan sells the team or dies. Although I don't want Tony Khan taking over either. Oh my God. This is a joke. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this is a joke. Jesus criminy, dude. Secure the fucking ball. Tank, man, I love you. I love Tank Big. I think he's a great player, but you gotta protect that football, man. The Bears are one of the best fumble-causing teams in the league, and it seems like they've been like that for the last 40 years. What I want to see from Trevor here, because this game's over, is don't force anything. Just play good football. Don't try hero ball. Don't try to get it all back in one play. I think they should take a shot. Again, when was the last time? Have we thrown the 20-yard? When was the last time we threw a 20-yard pass? That Brian Thomas pass? And there's a sack. I'm not happy about the sack, but I am happy with Trevor holding on to the ball better. Like, that's a good sign. So I'm just trying to find anything positive at this point. That's a bad sack, but I'm happy he secured the football properly. That was bad offensive line play. I think our offensive line has not been playing overly bad, though. They get a lot of shit, but I don't think they're as bad. They have not been playing as bad. That's the third sack of the game, apparently, which I don't remember the first two, but... That's exactly what I didn't want to see. It's exactly what... Like, that was the one thing. What are you seeing there? There's no one open. That right there is everything I hate about Trevor Lawrence. That is the criticism. He has not done that this year. That is the first time I've seen him that trying to force something that shouldn't have been there. That's really the first time I've seen that this year. He missed that. That interception at Buffalo was real bad, but that's just because he overthrew the hell out of Brian Thomas and he was wide open. That was the first time where I'm like, what are you doing? That was the one thing I didn't want to see, and we get it. It's like I called it. It's like I put it in the air and the football god said, oh, that's right, we haven't done that yet. Why not? Why not? This team is ass, man. DJ Moore's back in the game. That's good. Well, I say 34. So there's our 34. Oh, it's not going to because it's my fantasy team. I won't stand. I hate everything. It could not be any worse for me. Just give it to him at this point. Fuck it. What's the point? I can't even get a fancy touchdown because that is unbelievable how bad my luck is. I hate everything, man. I can't even get a touchdown for my fantasy team. He has to get down at the half-yard line. Not even. Oh, I'm laughing. I am laughing. I'm not. It's not a happy laugh. Hi, Jet Jet. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm gonna mute real quick. I just had shopping delivery come in, so I'm just gonna mute my mic. But yeah, I'm with you. It's all right. I'm back. I don't know, man. I guess when does Doug Peterson get fired? I don't feel like it's going to be this after this game because we're in London for another week. Dude, we're cooked. We're already cooked, man. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I just even if we win that game by 60, how are we beating anyone else on our schedule? The rest of the schedule is so hard. Like we got the Titans twice, I guess, but God knows we barely ever beat them. Jesus. Yeah, we are. There's this. We got Houston again. We got the Colts on the road, which that could be winnable, but we got it's bad. I don't know why I'm putting myself through the rest of this game, but been nice to take a couple shots when the game was still in balance, but we refused to do that. At least DeForest Johnson's running. DeErnest Johnson. Is it DeForest or DeErnest? DeErnest. At least he's running hard, I guess. Oh, gotta catch that, Gabe. Hey, we got 4th and 1. Just, he was a, yep, second time. I agree. I didn't like this. When we signed him, I went, why did we sign him? He has like 1 or 2 good games a year, and then he sucks the rest of the time. Thomas, man, come on. Can we get something good? Like. Oh my God. Hey, someone caught the football! Woo! Not a great throw. Don't hate the idea there. I just want something positive. Just give me something positive. Another touchdown, just so to help get some of the stink off this game complete. Which is, there's a lot of stink. So just it's like taking a quick shower after having like a 3-day bender. You still feel dirty, but at least you feel slightly less dirty. Just something good. I don't hate that. That was a good decision by going over top. Probably wanted that Trevor. I realize you probably thought you had him, but I'd rather that than try to force that in there. Jesus Christ. Catch a fucking football. Hit him. Another fucking drop. 3 different receivers have dropped touchdown passes. Or have dropped passes. On this drive alone. I can't even be like, oh, Trevor, you suck. He's put the ball where he needs to, for the most part. Yeah, he had a bad pick, but... God. Hey, we call a fucking pass! Well, there's our quick shower. We don't feel as dirty after the 3-day bender. Oh. Why not? It's actually a good... In theory, it's a good... Gabe is just... That's the type of receiver he is, man. He's boom or bust. He's not a guy we should have went with. That's a terrible throw. If the Jags had any chance, which they don't, but I don't hate the idea of going for 2 there to make it 17, but it's not really relevant at this point. No, I think that's the worst part about this game. I don't think, other than the terrible interception, I don't think Trevor Lawrence has played bad. I think he's played good. I'll even go good. Solid. We'll go solid. Because again, how many drop touchdowns have there been in this game? A ton. Yes, he's missed a couple throws. I do agree with that. Is it $55 million good? No, of course not. But I can't sit here and be like, oh, Trevor's the reason why we lost this game. No. Play calling's been bad. Defense fell apart. They couldn't get off the field. What more are we supposed to... Yeah, we need more points, and I agree with that. And Trevor still should get some blame because you're a quarterback. It's going to happen. But I genuinely don't think that this is a Trevor Lawrence's bad game. I think you could look at this game and be like, you could see why Trevor Lawrence could be a franchise quarterback.
He's the only reason this game, they have points. He's the only reason. Yes, he had a couple bad throws, and that's still an issue. Again, I'm not sitting here saying he's a top 5 great QB, but this team, man. I'm going to look at the schedule real quick. When do I think that Doug Peterson's going to get fired? So by the way, after the London game, just for the record, we don't have a bye week. We go immediately against the Packers, at Eagles, Vikings, at Lions, Texans. That's the next 5 games after the Patriots. There is a bye week in there after the Lions. Where is the... It does lighten up. We got Texans, at Titans, Jets, at Raiders, Titans, at Colts. Final 5 games aren't bad, but we're not getting there. That was an awful... Come here. Come up here. How you doing, Jet? Oh, yeah, you're a good boy, huh? Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy, huh? Do the Jaguars suck? Yes, they do. They suck, don't they, buddy boy? He was trying to get fancy. It was. I get what he was trying. He was trying to get. They're trying to do a fake out. This wasn't awful. It was awful. I got Kitty on my lap. You look like you took a big old nap. Being adorable. My lap kitties. My lap kitty has came to calm me down. Unbelievable. We can't even get lucky enough to get the ball comes loose and it just goes right to a Bears player. Like, we can't even get lucky. That actually could have been huge. I like Miller. He has been played well in relief of Ulicon. The worst part about the fumble was it gained them like 2 extra yards. So instead of like 4th and 7, they probably either punted or maybe even attempted a long field goal. They have an opportunity to go for it because, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? What the fuck are you, this commentary right now? I haven't been paying attention, but 1 + 1 = what the fuck? Oh, of course. I mean, that's just a great throw and catch. There's not much more Monteric Brown can do there. A good pass beats good D. Oh, Jet. Hey, defense shows some life. Better late than never. Interesting decision by Chicago here. They punting? I kind of forgot about their whole not having a long snapper thing. Oh no, they are kicking the field goal. Looks like it might have been blocked. What are you doing, Bubba? You having a good old time over here? The dad. What are you doing? Being good boy. Love you. Probably about an hour after the game, I'm going to take some time to think, to get my thoughts together. About an hour after the game, I'll probably end up doing a reaction, a post-game reaction vid, kind of talk about my thoughts. I mean, I've said a lot of them already, but kind of maybe get more into more of official thing or whatever. But this is not good. This is not good at all. And I don't know how you change it. Or what's going to happen is we're going to be like 1-10 going into the final 5 games, and we're going to win them all to get like the 8th pick, so we don't even get a high draft pick. This is the right call. That's crazy. The 2021 draft class is ass. Is that so? Is that so, buddy boy? They pulled Trevor. There's no point. It's just, they're just like, yeah, I mean, this is just, it's like in college when the second string comes in after whatever, what's the point of playing Trevor at this point? And I agree with the call. I mean, there's zero point. Hey. That's on Mac Jones for holding the ball too long there, but yeah, at this point, they're just like, might as well just, I mean, it's basically waving the white flag. Yeah, Phillips. Well, you didn't bring it back. It's tough to play fetch when you don't bring it back. Well, that is the game. I know there's another deal down, but I'm going to get off here. Thanks for joining me on this nightmare of a season still. Continues to roll right along. So, I don't know. I'll probably post an hour I'm going to record a full thought process post-game reaction and get that posted. That won't be live like this, but I don't know how many more of these live streams I'm going to do for the rest of the season. I'll do them when I can, but some weekends I'm just not going to be around. So, all right, it's been fun. Maybe not fun, maybe not the right word, but until next time.